If you are an accountant and you are currently struggling with sales and marketing for your firm, then in this video, I will explain you exactly why this is and most importantly, how to actually fix this. Before we dive in, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Daan, owner of Accounting Kings. Been working with accountants for 6 years and we take over all of the sales and marketing for them. And I create these videos just to share my expertise, the learnings, that everything I caught up in the last couple of years, just so that you can get a couple more clients and help more people. So what I've seen after working with hundreds of accountants is that there is one big reason why they struggle a little bit with the sales and the marketing. And this can actually be easily fixed. And the big reason why accountants struggle with sales and marketing is because sales and marketing is very dynamic. It's not one size fits all. It's not all about the numbers. There's an aspect about optimizing the sales and marketing processes with numbers. But to actually get good at sales and marketing, you actually need to get good at the dynamic stuff first. So as you already know, accounting, tax planning, bookkeeping, it's not very dynamic. It's pretty straightforward. And if you can do the books for one person, let's say you work with real estate businesses, if you do the books for this business and for the other real estate company, it's kind of similar. And a lot of people, they dive into sales and marketing thinking that if they can do it for one business or they have done it for one industry before, maybe when you were in college, you had a sales and marketing job, and then they directly think, oh, I can actually use the same ads and the same script for my own business. But that's actually not how it works. Something that we have been diving into lately with my own company, Accounting Kings, is tailoring everything more to specific prospects, leads, and clients. And what a lot of accountants do is they create a sales and marketing process and an ad, and they think it will work with every industry or every prospect or basically every location they run the ads. The thing with sales and marketing is that it's so dynamic that it doesn't really work. There are some principles that you can use everywhere, more of the psychological principles, like if you say to someone that we will save you $10,000 guaranteed, the ad or the sales conversion rate from your sales process will be higher than if you just say, hope I'm going to save you money, as an example, right? So certain principles will translate almost everywhere. But you do need to realize that if you, for example, talk to a trucking business, that they will have different pain points than a real estate business. And a lot of the accountants, because they are not really used to the dynamic inputs that they actually need to deliver to optimize a process, they struggle a little bit with this. Because if you create a tax plan or you are doing some fractional CFO work and you are looking on how to actually increase someone's margins, sure, there are a couple of variables and things that change, but 90% of the times you can replicate the same process for another client if they are in the same industry, as an example. Sure, there are some exceptions, but typically if you can do it for one person, you can put the same process and the same steps for another client. With sales and marketing, it's very dynamic. So as a example, we run the ads for a lot of accounting firms, and we literally have multiple clients in the same industry. That's why people work with us, because we already know what's working. And we run one ad A for client A, and we want to run ad A for client B. Literally the same ad, we just changed the name, and it doesn't perform, right? So you can say, okay, well, this doesn't make any sense. Like the same audience, the same service, why doesn't it perform? And it's simply very dynamic because the algorithm can do something different with it. And what a lot of accountants then struggle with is to actually fix this issue and dealing with the dynamicness of the marketing aspect. So to actually fix this, you actually need to do two things. Number one, replace yourself in the shoes of the person you try to convert. So if you truly understand the person, the market you are reaching out to, you can actually tailor everything a little bit more to them. You already kind of do this actually with tax planning. So for example, certain industries, they have certain needs and requirements for creating a tax plan. Same thing with bookkeeping. I know that a lot of people in real estate use certain software, for example, for their books. So you need to really understand the market so you can actually tailor everything to the market. And then the dynamicness isn't really an issue anymore because you automatically tailor everything to the industry itself because you truly understand how it works, right? So number one is actually understanding the market and the people you are reaching. Number two is truly understanding the core principles of sales and marketing. So for example, with sales, the last thing you want to do is start screaming at them and be like a sleazy car salesperson, right? You actually need to create a gap between their current situation, the desired situation, have a clear obstacle that's preventing them from crossing this bridge, and then your service will take this away so that they can actually get to from the current to the desired situation, right? You truly need to actually understand the core principles of the skill you are trying to master and the problem you are trying to solve. Because if you understand the principles and if you understand the market, then the dynamicness of sales or marketing isn't a problem anymore. Because if you run the same ad for person A and it doesn't work for person B, then you can just create a different ad because you understand the market and you understand the principles, so you know that it's most likely going to perform. And a lot of the accountants, they struggle a little bit with sales and marketing because it's very dynamic, right? So this is that was a marketing example, but an example for sales is tailoring everything to the person you are selling to. So for example, we are currently doing the sales for our clients to the accountants. It's not a sales pitch, by the way, but we are doing the selling for our clients. And because of that, we of course need sales reps. So I done the sales for my clients. I figured it out. We were a KPI. You first have to do it yourself before you can hire someone. Otherwise, you cannot teach. And to actually get higher conversion rates, we needed to tailor the scripts more to the prospect. So I was doing this myself automatically already because I've been doing the sales for 6 years for accountants and myself. But the sales rep, of course, needed to have a little bit of guidance on how to do this. And I gave him a sales script. It was very much just say these words for every single person and it will work. And sure, you can be around the KPI of like 25-ish%, 25%, but we do not settle for this. We want to be in the high 30s. So I was actually doing a lot of work this week about creating a sales script that is automatically tailored to the prospect. So instead of saying with every single client, we are going to save you money on your tax bill, will be in compliance so that you can grow your business. In general, this is correct. Which business owner doesn't want to save money, will stay in compliance and grow the business? But even if you have all real estate clients, so instead of saying we help you grow your business, you can say we help you grow your real estate business. You can say, okay, well, this is tailored to them. But you need to go deeper and it's even more dynamic. So what we do right now is instead of saying we will help you save money on your tax bill, will stay in compliance so you can grow your real estate business, in the script that we have, we say we will help you decide situation so you can solve problem and actually get to deeper outcome. So this way, we still have a structure in our sales, but everything is extremely tailored to the prospect, right? So we say we will help you fix the fear of an IRS audit. We'll actually getting your tax bill down from $100,000 to $20,000 so you can spend more time with your kids with less worries about the tax bill which you currently have and reinvest this money in the new property that you wanted to buy, which you actually want to rent out to your cousin, right? This is an extreme example, but if you tailor something to an extreme level to the prospect, they are actually buying the same service, but you are way different than your competition. Because let's say that I'm recording this video and one person is watching this, right? Let's say the name of the person is John Smith. If I'm going to record the same video and I'm going to say the same things, but I'm in the intro, for example, say, hey, John, this video is for you, everything, then the video will be way higher quality for John, right? And of course, this goes out to many people, but from a perspective of tailoring everything to the specific person, the video will be very valuable to John specifically. If I create an ad specific to John and John will see it, he will convert. Because I call him out, I know exactly what's going on, everything. He will book an appointment. And if my sales script, that's why I gave the examples to bring it back to the sales, if I tailor my sales script to John, which you can easily do, there's a way higher chance that he is going to convert. So that's really why I want to record this video, simply because I've seen so many accountants struggle with this, and I was actually teaching my team on how to implement this themselves. So what's best for you to do is quickly think about, hey, is this true for me personally? Like, is it correct that I'm used to very straightforward thinking, less dynamic? Sure, again, there are instances where you need to be a little bit more dynamic in tax and accounting, but typically it's pretty straightforward. It's profit loss, right? A couple variables in there, but at the end of the day, that's the main thing that you are doing, and that you are the same process to actually get there. With sales and marketing, it's very dynamic. There are so many variables, and every single variable needs to be tailored to the specific person. So think of if you have this problem yourself, and then actually start doing a little bit deeper research in the person you are actually trying to reach. Not just say, I want to actually target real estate businesses. This is something that we are doing with the ads for our clients. We are targeting one campaign for real estate businesses with the fear of an audit. One campaign real estate businesses with the goal to actually have better financial overviews per property. And also one ad for people that just simply want to save money on their tax bill to reinvest and solve cash flow issues, right? So if you tailor everything, like different campaign here, here, and here, same industry with different problems, you are going to be more specific to one person. It's more tailored to them. And by truly understanding those principles, and actually by tailoring everything to them with those core marketing and sales principles, your conversion rates will go up dramatically, and it will also be easier for you to actually fix those problems. So really hope that this kind of made you think, and that this actually delivered some value. If you are an accountant and you do want help with the sales and the marketing, everything from A to Z, there's a link in the description you can click on to schedule a call with our team. No obligation, you can just watch the videos for free. Then if you have specific questions, leave them in the comments. If you learned something, if you got some insights, make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss any other videos. And then I will see you in the next one.